Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Snowy Vermont. At least we don't have snow. We have frost. It's cold. No snow.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products
Finland.
at our website,
Good morning.
www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good.
Welcome to Breakfast with
Shoot.
Spaniels with Dr. Judy
I forget that thing just keeps on going. Okay. Good morning. Back in New Jersey, it's cold, but we had a quick, safe trip home yesterday. So time for the bells. Thank you, Jerry. It is December. Ugh. We're not putting up Christmas decorations this year because we're packing. So it's totally escaped me. I'll have to find the bells. Okay. Thanks for the reminder, though. Okay. So in my email this morning, in the Pets Plus magazine, apparently we have new rules for flying with animals. And I thought, in case anybody's traveling, although there's not that many people traveling these days. But there's new rules on flying with your animals. And it says the bottom line is passengers with service animals will now need to fill out forms prior to travel. Passengers with emotional support animals must now fly them as pets and follow the applicable rules, including paying a pet transportation fee. So let's look at this and see what the real deal is. In a release, the airline pet department said the final rule announced today addresses concerns individuals with disabilities, airlines, flight attendants, airports, other aviation transport stakeholders, and other members of the public regarding service animals on aircraft. It included highlights from a 122-page final rule document. So here's some of the rules. It defines a service animal as a dog that is individually trained to do work or perform the benefit of a person with a disability, no longer considers an emotional support animal to be a service animal, requires airlines to treat psychiatric service animals the same as other service animals, allows airlines to require forms developed by the Department of Transportation attesting to a service animal's behavior and training, and if taking a long flight, attesting that the service animal cannot relieve itself or can relieve itself in a sanitary manner, allows airlines to require individuals traveling with a service animal to provide the service animal forms up to 48 hours in advance of the date of travel if the passenger reservation was made prior to that time, prohibits airlines from requiring passengers with a disability who are traveling with an animal to physically check in at the airport instead of using the online check-in process. Prohibits them from requiring you to check in. Okay. Allows airlines to require a person with a disability seeking to travel with a service animal to provide the Department of Transportation service animal form at the passenger's departure gate on the day of travel. Allows airlines to limit the number of service animals traveling with a single person with a disability to 2 service animals. Limit the number. Okay. Allows airlines to require a service animal to fit within its handler's foot space on the plane. Allows airlines to require that, so those with big dogs, that's going to be a problem. Allows airlines to require that service animals be harnessed, leashed, or tethered while in the airport and on the aircraft. Continues to allow airlines to refuse transportation to service animals that exhibit risky behavior and that pose a direct threat to the health or safety of others. and continues to prohibit airlines from refusing to transport a service animal based solely on breed. That's a good thing. But, yeah, so service dogs are still free. ASA are to pay. Yeah. And it says it's about time. Yeah. So a true service animal that, like the guide dogs for the blind, animals that are registered as true service animals are I don't think there's big changes for them. It's the emotional support animals that they're really targeting here, which I think that has gotten a little bit out of hand. And I think that there is a lot of abuse of the system. So I can understand why they would have to make new rules regarding such things. Is heartworm medication still needed in Rhode Island? Not this month. It's pretty cold. Kathy Conrad says, I barely fit in my foot area. That's true. It depends on, there are airlines that we will not fly in because there's no room. There's no room. Okay. Somebody says there's free tick testing if you live in Pennsylvania. I've sent in at least 10. Where do you send them? To the Department of Agriculture or to your county agent? Sue, I don't think so. I don't think so with the PEA. Some who have emotional support animals are relying on them too. Why are those who need emotional support animals always bashed? Well, I think it's the burden of proof to having to have it. Like they're saying that psychiatric support, no longer considers an emotional support animal to be a service animal, but psychiatric service animals are the same as other service animals. So I think it really requires that you have a psychiatrist letter signing off on that. So if you're flying with a pet as an emotional support animal, you're just going to have to take that extra step and go to a psychiatrist and prove to them that you need the animal so that they'll write you the letter. I don't know. I've only ever flown with a dog once, and that was just transporting a dog, and we were able to fly it in cabin because it was small. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how you get. I have one follower who has very large, a Great Dane service animal that she flies with. I'm not quite sure how you do that. Do you have to buy them a seat? I don't know. I've never tried to do it. So, okay. All right. I got consultations. We got movers coming to tell us what it's going to cost to move all this junk. I already started packing boxes. We got lots of stuff to do. So short and sweet and off for more fun and games. There's a lot of fun and a lot of games. It makes sense to have a physician sign off on an ASA. Yeah, I think so too. The only reaction our dogs have had on the PEA is good. They're energetic and happy and moving better. Walmart is not allowed to ask or question when someone walks in with a dog. Interesting. That is interesting. Until we can buy our pups a seat and or they can sit with us, we will continue to drive. Yeah, well, that's why we have Bo. Carol, yes, to both of those for your kitty cat. Yes, we found a temporary house. We have settlement on that December 21st. And this house is under contract and should have settlement sometime in January. Okay, have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.